World War II, eh? Yeah, not a lot happened to me in World War II, honestly. As much as I would like to tell people some awesome story about me waging war against evil Nazis and such, that period of time was probably the most relaxed period I had for a long while. And the reasoning behind this is very simple. You see, most of my late 19th, early 20th century was spent basically riding all over Europe as a... think of it as a bodyguard advisor to a bunch of grunts that usually sold me the moment they understood that wearing me actually slowly kills them. So basically, I had the opportunity to take part in such funny events as Greek Uprising and the following Balkan Wars, but almost fully missed Crimean War, at least the big battles like Siege of Sevastopol. In the First World War, I had the misfortune to be employed by the French Republic, namely the Sixth Army, and that's for the most part where I stayed in the interwar. A part of me was split and sent to Spanish nationalists, but since I can't sense it, my guess is that it was probably destroyed. So, as you've probably already guessed it, I fought with the French in the first one, I fought with them in the second one as well. And yes, if anyone asks me, I think that the French deserved what they got entirely, as not only they haven't learned a single fucking thing after the First World War, they've basically spent all those years arguing over trivial nonsense. Though, not that I'm overly surprised. Western Europe seldom learns from their mistakes, even under threat of direct extermination. But I digress. So as I said before, I fought with the French, and I stayed with the French, and for the most part what we've done was fairly unremarkable in the grand scheme of things. One thing I must say, however, is that even though I usually like to point at French when I need to say why all of these so-called Western values are bullshit, I will never say that the Free France wasn't valiant in their struggle, and I will never say that their struggle was in vain. And those who think that the only thing that France contributed to the war was surrendering clearly never saw a French fight. After the Second World War, my employers chose to remain in Congo, and Africa is where I spent most of the Cold War. France, meanwhile, never learning from their mistakes, was doing what basically can be described as incoherent bowel movements that resulted in the destruction of the Fourth Republic and the creation of the confused mess known as the Fifth Republic. Although, compared to the previous system, it is certainly an improvement.
The coconut bark for the kitchen floor. If you save some of it, you can build a door now. The coconut trunk, do not throw this junk. If you save some of it, you'll have a second floor.